So, so, good morning, all of you. So, from today's onwards, we are going to study the next part in our NCERT book. But according to me, I will consider as the next chapter. So, you also consider as a chapter 2. It's not an issue. So, that is refraction of light. So, if it comes to here, till now we have studied that what is reflection of light, and what is the characteristics of light when it is traveling, and when we can say what is reflection, and what is the when it is falling on a mirror, then what is the reflection of mirror. When it is coming to the spherical mirrors, how the reflection will take place in spherical mirrors, and what is the images formed by plane mirror as well as spherical mirror. That is what all we have studied. So if you'll all observe, this reflection will be shown by only opaque objects, means in the sense of one surface. So if you take plane mirror, one surface is reflecting surface and another surface is opaque surface, like mirrors or spherical mirrors also. Like that is what I'm saying. So in reflection, light is not passing through that object. After striking that object, it is trying to understand travel reverse in the same direct understanding, same medium. So that is what we used to call as reflection of light. So what we have studied that about the light, as we know that light always travels in a straight line path. Is it yes or no? Is it yes?
Yes, sir.
Till now in the reflection of light. So whenever you can say, you can take the light, whatever the light, understand, you may insert like this, you may insert like this, you may insert like this, whatever it is, always light travels in a straight line. Is it yes or no?
Straight path.
Light travels
Yes, sir.
in straight line path always. That is what we have studied. So as we know that this is true as long as the light rays are traveling in the same medium. Do you understanding now? This understanding, the light ray is always travel in a straight line. So only it is true once the light is traveling in the same medium. Do you understand? Same medium. So medium means in the sense of like any same substance. Same substance if the light is traveling, then always it will go in a straight line. So that is what we can say. If any medium, if it is having a same density throughout it, means in the sense of same medium or same substance, when we can say that if the medium is having a same density throughout the substance, if it is having same density, then we can say that the light will travel always in a straight line path. So that is what we are studying. So now, if however, the light rays are made to go from one medium to another medium, same medium, always straight line path. If suppose you are allowing to pass this light from one medium to another medium, all of you try to understand this part is even more important. One medium to another medium. Another medium means in the sense of the substances must have different densities or same densities. Different densities or same densities. Different densities or same densities.
Different densities.
Different densities. That is what I am saying. Do you understand? When the light ray is traveling in a two different mediums, one mediums to another medium, means in the sense of they must have different densities. Different densities. Then what will happen? Is it will still travel in a straight line path? That is what our question. So if it comes to here, when the light rays are made to go from one medium to another medium, one medium to another, the light rays change their direction. Do you understand it? Change their direction. Before they are going, if it is traveling in a single medium, understand, which is having a same density throughout it, it will go in a straight line. Now when it is traveling from one medium to another medium, it is saying that the light rays change their direction. Do you understand? Change their direction, means in the sense of they will bend, understand, and they will start traveling. That is what we used to call. So where this bending will take place, where this direction will change only at the boundary between the two mediums. That is what you should remember. So only either the light will change its direction or it will bend at where? Only at the boundary. Understand? Boundary between two mediums. Do you understand, Amma? All of you? Is there any doubt? You can ask me. Do you understand? So when the light rays is entering from one medium to another medium, they will change the direction or they will bend at the boundary between the two mediums. For example, if we take when the light ray is traveling from, understand, let us take when the light ray is traveling from air goes obliquely into another medium which is called as glass. So let us take now, understand, I'm having some glass piece. Air is already the medium which we have already. Understand? So now I'm having some glass slab. So this is the example. Let us take now how it will happen. You can see. So this is the glass, and this is the air I have. And again, after the glass slab, again what I have? I have only air. Now you can see in this example, understand, when a ray of light traveling in air, so let us take some ray of light which is traveling in air, with some angle. Don't think that perpendicular, with some angle, then it will go, understand, that is what I am saying. Now goes obliquely, that is the most important. Obliquely means what? What is the meaning of obliquely, Ra? What is the meaning of obliquely? What is the meaning of obliquely? Obliquely means with some angle. Do you understand, Ra? Do you understand or not? Obliquely means with some angle.
Yes,
All of you remember that. That is the meaning of obliquely. When the light ray is, understand, when the ray of light traveling in air goes obliquely into another medium called as glass, it changes the direction, understand, or it will bend on entering the glass back, understand, on entering the glass black. So wherever it is entering into the glass black, at that boundary, it will change its direction. Actually, it needs to go like this, but because of entering into another medium, another density, it will change its direction. You can see here, direction now changed. Actual direction is this one. Now direction is changed. It means in the sense of some bending takes place on entering into the glass black. So here the changes, understand, it changes the direction on entering the glass black. Understand? So what is happening here? The direction of ray of light occurs, understand, when it is entering from air into the glass slab. Again, when it will comes to the glass into the air, again what will happen? Again the medium will changing or not? Medium is changing or not?
yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Actual direction is like this, but again it is entering into the glass into the air. Again they will change.
Again.
Again it will change its direction. That's what is to happen. So if in both the cases you can see when the light is entering from air to the glass, understand, it goes obliquely, it will changes its direction. Again when it is entering from, understand, the change in direction of ray of light. Again when it goes out from glass into air, again it will change. Again the path or else the direction of the light is changing, ray of light is changing. So this is only called as refraction of light. What we should call? Refraction of light.
Refraction of light.
When the light ray is entering from one medium to another medium, then the deviation, the ray of light will deviate, understanding, away from its actual path, or else it will bend away from its actual path and it will take the new path. So that is what we used to call as, what we should call? Refraction
Refraction of light.
of light. You understand? So when it deviates from its original path, when it will happen? When it is traveling only from
From one medium to another.
two different medium. You understanding? Means one medium to another medium. But where it will takes place? Inside the medium or only at the boundary? Only it will takes place when
Boundaries.
understanding boundary of the mediums. That is what you should remember. So only this bending of light will takes place, understanding, at the boundaries of the medium. So when the light is entering from air to glass and again glass to air, so totally we have a two boundaries. So in the two boundaries, the path of the light will changes. So again you should remember, wherever we have a same density, understanding, in that medium the light will travel again the same path and same speed. That is what you should remember. Do you understand, Amma? So when the light ray is traveling in particular medium which is having a same density, will go in a same path, same obliquely and same speed. That is what you should remember. So that is what we can call it as refraction of light. So here you can see the change
Sir,
in
can you say an example for that?
what, Amma?
Sir, can you say an example for that?
Yeah, I will
Same
say.
density, sir.
Yeah, let us see now. We will discuss so many examples. You don't worry. Now you can see. So this the change in direction of light when it passes from one medium to another obliquely. So that is only called as refraction of light. Now this bending of light when it goes from one medium to another medium obliquely, without that word there is no meaning of it. Obliquely, I am saying you, obliquely is only called as refraction of light. If you are not using this obliquely word, then the definition, the meaning of the definition will completely will change. Because when the light ray will fall perpendicularly, suppose you remember, even though the light ray is traveling perpendicularly on two different mediums, then it will go straight line without deviation. Do you understand, Ra? Without deviation. So that is why we should use a word called as obliquely. Do you understand, Amma, all of you? Is there any doubt? Anybody you can ask. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Always when it is perpendicular to its surface, those who are missing today, somebody is absent, you can make a call to them because maybe they may sleeping or maybe they may forget. You can inform them. Just to call your friends 1 minute, you can take half minute. That is. So that is what we can see. Refraction of light means always the light must travel from one medium to another medium with some angle, in the sense of obliquely. Then only it is called as refraction of light. Do you understand, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? So that is what.
Yes.
All of you, first you write refraction of light. Refraction of light. Refraction of light. Now, examples you want. Two different mediums with some obliquely. You can take, this is the example. First example. When the light is entering from air to glass, air into glass. Understand? So when the light is entering from air into glass, then the refraction will take place because air is having different density, glass is having different density. Like same way you can take when the light is entering from glass to air, understand, glass and again glass into air. So again here also you can see glass is having different density, air is having different density. So again the direction will change. Like the same way the refraction of light takes place when the light is enter from, understanding, air into water. You may check it, air into water if you take it. So then also the refraction will take place because air is having some different density and water is having some other different density. Like same way you can take when it is entering from water into air, reverse. Here also water into air, then also the refraction will take place again because here also two different mediums. So like that, the refraction of light also, understand, when it will takes place, you can take here glass and air and water. Also the refraction will takes place when the light is entering from water into glass. Water into glass or from glass into water. Do you understand, Amma? All of you. So they also have some different densities, so that there also the bending of light will take place. Understand? So when the light is entered from water into glass or from glass into water also, glass is having different densities and water is having different densities. So again there also the bending of light will take place. So that is only we used to call as refraction of light. Now let us take the optical instrument. If we take the optical instruments, what is optical instruments? Can you able to say any examples of optical instruments, please? Can you able to say what is the examples of optical instruments? I'm asking optical instruments. You are using
The
every
microscope, sir.
microscope. Very good. Camera. Are you using camera? We are using cameras, correct? Cell phone cameras also you can take. So take any kind of optical instruments. I'm asking optical instruments only. I'm not asking any other thing. So if you take here, understand the optical
Telescope, sir.
telescopes.
Sir, telescope.
Yes, they are on this refraction of light through glass lenses. That is what I am asking. So the real life example of refraction of light, if you take all the understand instruments, which is like optical instruments, which we used to call like camera, microscope, telescope. Understand? Everything is works on the refraction of light through which one? Glass lenses. Through which one? Glass lenses. So glass lenses is having different densities. So means in a sense of light will enter from air into these glass lenses so that the refraction will take place. So that is only the working principle of all the kinds of understanding. All the kinds of optical instruments which will work with the help of lenses. So this is what understand. This is what we used to call as refraction of light. Now, let us consider, we will understand this refraction of light more clearly with the help of some diagrams. So now then it is more even clear. Okay, so for that purpose, so let us consider some rectangular glass slab. Understand? So all of you, first you write the definition of refraction of light, later we can go with the example. Okay, more even clearly we can understand it. So all of you should write first. Refraction of light. So when the refraction will take place, anybody? When the refraction will take place? Only Jesse? Karthikeyan? When the refraction will take place? Only
When the medium.
When light enters from
Sir,
one medium
one
to another
medium to
habit.
another medium, sir.
but that must have what?
One medium to another medium.
Ah, same medium. Now this
One medium
is the
to
question. That is also the question you should remember. One medium to another medium is okay, but they must have different densities. Now suppose you may take some mediums taken to different mediums. Medium 1, and I am taking another medium which is having medium 2. But unfortunately, both the densities are same. Understanding? Density is same. Even though they are different mediums, if the density is same, then also the refraction of light won't take place. Do you understand what I am saying? All of you? Is there any doubt? You can ask me. So that is what my main point. So if the refraction wants to take place, must be takes place what? Two different mediums with the two different densities. And also the light ray need to falls what? It needs to falls with some angle. That is what we should call as obliquely. Do you understand?
Oblique.
Yes, because even though two different mediums, which is having two different densities, if the light ray will falls perpendicularly, what will happen? It will go straight line without any deviation. Do you understand? That is the reason every word is important in the formation of definition. Write it now, all of you. Right. Refraction of light. The bending of light, simple definition I'm saying you. Understand? The bending of light, when it goes from one medium to another medium, when it goes from one medium to another medium, obliquely, obliquely. When it goes from one medium to another medium, obliquely, obliquely, obliquely spelling what? Obliquely, obliquely. Those who don't know, you can write it, no issues. Obliquely, obliquely is called refraction of light. Is called refraction of light. Do you understand? Yes or no? All of you.
Yes, sir.
Who is absent today? Dina is absent. Okay, leave. Padmavarshini. Is there any other one? Other one? Please check your friends list. Who is absent next? Arvind. Good morning, Arvind. Vedana is there.
Good morning.
Yeah. Is there anybody? Still somebody is missing. I want. Okay. That Yaswardhani is absent. Next. Varshini. Good morning, Varshini. Pranav, Dina is absent. Arya is there. Arya, good morning. So everybody is, I think, almost there. Pranita is there. Jessica is there. So okay. So those who are missing, if you, Humera is also there, you can make a just call. So now let us discuss the example with the C. Physics example means not with the words. We have to make it with the proof. Understanding. So that is why. So now let us discuss this refraction with the help of a diagram. Then you can understand more clearly. And you remember, as I already said, from everywhere, understanding. So the naming of the diagrams, whenever you are drawing the, understand, any ray diagram in this light chapter particularly, we have to go for naming. Without naming, it is invalid. That is what you should remember always. So now, for that purpose, example, so let us consider, understand, one glass slab. So I am considering the glass slab. All of you should remember, I am considering the glass slab, so which is having some name. So can you able to give the name here? So let us give the glass slab name is PQRS. Is it having any problem? Anybody? You can take your name also, your choice. A, B, C, D also you can take it. So I am taking PQRS. Is there any problem for anyone? So that is my naming which I have taken. Now, here if you'll observe, we have two different media. Can you able to say what is that mediums? We have two different mediums. What is that?
Rarer, denser.
Nitish is absent. Very good, Pranav. Nitish is absent. You can make a call for him once. So if we'll take here, we have two different mediums. What is that? One is air, understand? And the second one is what? Glass. Is it as? So I have taken a rectangular glass slab. If you want, you can draw a little bit even bigger also. So this is glass slab. If you want more even clearly, you can draw a little bit even more bigger. So I am drawing like this. So this is the rectangular glass slab, PQRS. So this is what I want. So now, here if you observe, understand. So now let us discuss this one. So here we have two different mediums. One is air and the other one is glass. So you remember, I can here call what is the plural form of medium. I cannot say every time medium, two different mediums. I will use a understanding plural form of these mediums. Understanding that is only called as media. So whenever I will say two different media, means in the sense of you can say two different media. Media means what? Media is the plural form of medium. Do you understand, Amma, what I'm saying?
Media.
Plural form of medium, like grammar, English. Medium is the single one, media is the plural form of medium. That is what you should remember. So now you can see here, understand. So air and glass. Here air is present, here glass slab is present. Again, after below the glass slab, again we have a understanding air only. Now you can observe here, understand, which is optically more denser and which is optically less denser. Can you able to say?
Sir, air is less denser, sir.
Yeah. So as we know that compared to the glass slab, generally also if you'll ask anybody, understanding, like educators or uneducated, anybody, you can say that, understanding, optically denser medium, understanding, the glass is optically denser medium as compared to air. Is it yes or no? So means in the sense of, understand, optically denser medium means in the sense of what? The density of a glass is more than the density of air. That is the meaning of optically denser medium as compared to air. Do you understand what I am saying?
Yes, sir.
So that is the meaning of optically denser medium. So in this chapter, everybody must use, you are not supposed to use, understanding, more density and less density. We have to use a word called as optically denser medium. Understanding? Optically denser, understanding, or optically rarer medium. What we should call? Optically rarer medium. And one more thing you should remember, refraction of light will take place only the substances when they are transparent mediums. Do you understanding now? Is it takes place in opaque? Only it will take place in two different transparent mediums. Do you understand, all of you? Those who don't know this, you must remember this. Understand? So only refraction of light will take place when the light is traveling in two different mediums of two different understanding densities, but they must have what? Both must have transparent. That is what you should do.
Transparent medium.
Transparent, we cannot show the understanding refraction of light. So we no need to hurry here. We have enough time. We can go very clearly and very slowly. So you have to study very perfectly. If you have any doubt at any point, you can ask me. Understand? So because few times you may learn new points also. By the time you should note it down. So now, as we know that glass slab is optically denser than air. So now let us take now what will happen means understanding a ray of light which is, let me name as AO, traveling in air, understanding, in incident or falls obliquely on the glass slab at point O. So let us take the point O, understanding, this is the point O. Do you understand, Amma, all of you? Do you understand? So this is the point O where the incident ray is traveling in air, understanding. What is that incident ray name? What is that incident ray name called as? AO. AO is the incident ray which is traveling in air with some obliquely. Do you understand? So now a ray of light AO is traveling in this air which will falls obliquely on this glass slab, at point where? At point O. That is only called as point of incident. Is it yes or no? So now, since the glass slab is transparent, as we know that most of the incident light passes through that. Is it yes or no? If it passes, it will start reflecting. It will start passing through it because it is the transparent medium. Glass is also transparent. So whatever the light will falls on it, which will start passing into the glass slab. So since the glass slab is optically denser medium than air, you should remember the glass slab is optically denser medium than air. So what will happen means, so the ray of light which is AO passes from air into glass, its direction changes. Understand? So it goes along the line OB inside the glass slab, and we can say that the ray of light has been refracted. Means in the sense of it will change its path and it will travel like this. So means in the sense of, here if you draw normal, when you have inserted the incident ray, immediately what we should do, we should not go for refraction first. What we have to do? First we should draw the
Normal.
Normal.
So this normal, imagine n and n dash is the normal. So if you imagine here, so angle of incident, this is called as, what we should call? Angle of
Incident.
So what will happen here when the ray of light is entering into the glass slab, then because of increasing optically denser medium than air, so the ray of light which will take the new path, so that is only we used to call it as OB. Do you understand? So OB, and this OB is the path where the light will travel inside the glass slab, so that we can say that what? The ray of light has been bent or it is refracted. Do you understand, Ra? It has been bent or it has been refracted.
Refracted.
Understand? It has been refracted. So inside the glass slab, it will follow the new path called as, what is the path name called as? OB. What is
OB.
OB? So
OB.
angle. What is this angle is called as?
Angle of reflection.
Angle of reflection.
Angle of refraction or reflection? Angle of?
Refraction.
Angle of
refraction.
angle of refraction. Understand? Angle of refraction, which we used to represent with the angle R. And this is called as, what we should call? Incident ray. What we should call?
Incident ray.
And this one is called as, what we should call?
Refracted.
Ray.
Refracted ray.
So that is what you should remember. Do you understand? So this is the rectangular glass slab. When the light is entering from air to glass, then the bending, we are showing some bending. So then why you are showing?
Little bit bend.
Understanding here means that is what I will say you when it is traveling from optically rarer to denser and denser to rarer. What will happen? I will show you. Understand? Later I will say you. Now you just remember. So this is, as we know, that OB is the new path. Actual path is what? This is the actual path which light needs to travel. But because of entering into the understanding optically denser medium, it will bend and will changes its new path. It is traveling in a new path inside this glass slab, so that I can say that the light has been refracted. Understand? So why here? What is happening? Because AO and OB are not in same straight line. Do you understand? This is AO, this is AO, and this is OB. Is it both are in same straight line?
No, sir.
No.
No,
Understand?
sir.
Because they are traveling into different media. So the refraction of light takes place at the boundary between the two mediums, not inside the glass slab or not in the air. The only the refraction will take place at the boundary. Do you understanding? Always you should remember, only refraction will take place. Understanding? Boundary between two mediums. Boundary between two mediums. So what is the refraction place here? What is the bending of light? At O only. Do you understand? At O only, understanding, the bending of light will take place. So in this picture, understanding, the refraction of light takes place at the O, at the boundary of two media. So that is only used to called as air and glass. Do you understand, right? Yes or no? All of
Yes,
you?
sir.
Yes. So
Yes,
that's
sir.
at the O only the bending of light will takes place. Always at the surface. Remember, at the boundary between the two surfaces. Okay. So now, as we know that after that, as usual, same. So we will define the angle of incident and angle of refraction here. If we'll take here, understand the light passing from air into glass, that incident ray is AO, is incident ray, and the OB is the refracted ray. Is it yes or no? OB is the refracted ray. Now,
Refracted ray.
understand, if you draw the normal, what is the normal here? NO N dash is the normal. Is it yes or no? If you draw the normal, NO N dash, understand? So that is only called as normal, where at the point of incidence, if you draw perpendicular line, so that is only we used to call as normal. So now, the angle between incident ray, all of you should remember always, so many will consider after I am teaching this many times, then also people will think angle of incident means they will take this angle. Is it true? Is it true? They will take this angle. Is it true, Ra? Is it true?
No, sir.
Understand? So always all of you should remember, whenever I am saying incident angle means, so that must be the angle between the incident ray and the normal. Understanding? So the
Normal.
angle between the incident ray and the normal is called as angle of incidence. Understand?
Angle of incidence.
In this picture, what is the angle of incidence? Can you able to say? In this picture, AON. Understand? AON is the angle of incidence. Is it yes or no? Is it yes or
Yes,
no?
sir.
AON is the angle of incidence. Like same way, the angle of incidence is always denoted by the letter which we used to call as I. That is what you should remember. So like same way you can see, Understanding angle of refraction. So the angle between the refracted ray and the normal, all of you should remember, angle between the refracted ray and the normal is only called as angle of refraction. So in this figure, what is the angle of refraction? Can you able to say? Angle of
O-N.
Huh?
B-O-N.
Refraction
B-O-N.
UON.
is equals to n dash O B. That is what angle of refraction. Is it yes or not? N dash O.
Yes.
N dash O B. O and middle letter always represent angle. Do you understand, Ra? Middle letter always represent angle. So can I write from this? Understanding. So AON is the angle of incident and understanding NOB is the angle of refraction. But in refraction, always incident angle is not equals to refracted angle. Do you understand it? Yes or no?
Sir.
Yes, because both are not in a straight line. If they are in straight line, then angle of incident is equals to angle of refraction. But here, angle of refraction, we cannot say if they are in straight line because by the time refraction bending is 0, so that angle of refraction is 0. So that is what we can say. Understand? So angle of incident is not equals to angle of refraction here. So all of you should remember this. Understand? So always it is equals to the angle of reflection is always equals to the angle of incident. But in the refraction of light, the angle of refraction is not equal to angle of incident. That is what I'm saying. Reflection. In reflection, what is happening, Ra? Angle of incident is equals to angle of reflection. Is it yes or no? Angle of incident which is equals to angle of reflection. That is what
Yes.
in reflection case. In refraction case, it is always usually not equal. Do you understand all of
Not
you?
equal.
It is not equal. All of you must remember this. So the angle of refraction is either smaller than the angle of incident or maybe greater than the angle of incident. I cannot say, depend upon the medium, from one medium to another medium. What type of medium? Either it is entering from rarer to denser or denser to rarer. I don't know. So that is why I cannot say who is more, either angle of incident is more or angle of refraction is more. So I cannot predict it. It may be angle of incident is greater than angle of refraction, or else angle of refraction is greater than angle of incident. Do you understanding? Depend upon the light which it is traveling from. Understanding? Optically rarer to denser or denser to rarer. That we will study once we will get the understand clear cut idea about how the bending will take place. What is the cause behind this refraction? Do you understand, all of you? Is there any doubt? Anybody? You can ask me. Okay. So
No, sir.
this is all about the refraction. So if you'll understand and if you'll draw this diagram, then we can go for why this refraction is taking place. What are the causes behind this refraction? That is what we will study. So please all of you draw this. I hope you understand very well.